Hi, hello, Nadine. All right, so I just like laughing because, for one, I realize that if I call myself a LinkedIn live streaming nut, I better go live sometimes, right?
Yes,
I
it's
better
part of
do
the job
that.
description.
All right, so here we are. We're going live. It's Sunday for me. For you, we are not agreed on what time it
We
is.
don't know what time it is. No.
Yeah.
I can tell you why, though. There is logic to it.
All right,
Did
lay it
you?
on me. I want to hear the logic.
So Mexico made a decision, which is actually quite a good decision, I think, to just ditch what's it called? Daytime savings, daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Because we were just always like following the US. So if the US put the clocks back or put the clocks forward,
Yeah.
but essentially what has happened is that the government made the decision this year and none of the computers can deal with it. So you tell people, oh, in Mexico City, it's this time. And yeah, so essentially what we thought was going to happen for the millennium.
Yeah, it
has
happened.
but only here.
Okay. Well, look at these surprise guests that we have managed to bring into our midst. We got Dr. CJ, we got Jeremiah Hammond, we got Jay Alik in the house, we got Asher Rial,
Hi, guys.
Sailor Steve. I don't know Sailor, but hey, Sailor, you are welcome here. All right. And we are laughing because apparently Mexico has decided to get their shit together when it comes to the clocks. Like, I know there's a lot of craziness around, do we agree on daylight savings time and all that? And so good for you guys. You just right. So, and for anybody who doesn't know, as if anybody doesn't know, her partner, 2 cats, living in Mexico City.
We are indeed. We are. Yeah. In like 100,000
degrees. Jay, is that not correct?
Hi, Jeremiah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
He's always giving me a hard time. I always pronounce his name correctly. I don't go anywhere.
What did you say?
I said Jay.
Jasmine, Jay.
I didn't say that. I did not. I don't even go there. I think he just likes jabbing me.
I think
but, to be jabbed by Jay, maybe I've got the last name wrong. Maybe. All right. I don't know. Okay, but maybe we'll
give
see.
Give
Jay,
it to us as phonetically as possible, Jay.
Yeah, Jay, just give it to us phonetically. That's right. And because I've got a native. I don't want to. I want it. What wants to come out is a leech. Thank you. Okay, because thank you, Jay, a leech. Boom. Nadine, you have saved us.
I would have been saying a leak as well. A leech. Yeah. Okay.
For the rest of my life, I would have been saying a leech. A leech. I got it. All right. Fixed. A leech. Boom. Okay. DST is stupid and disruptive. John Barker, that is a point of view. Bam. Okay. We will take that. Now, we are moving on from this because why are we here? What are we doing here, Nadine? What announcement do we have to make? Because we've got one.
We've got an announcement that's been brewing for a little while, and probably it's been brewing before you knew it, because I think when we said it in the chat, in the little Firesiders chat, and Amber was like, yes, I think Nadine would want to do this, should be doing this. I was like, okay, I feel like it's meant to be.
It is meant to be. Okay, so shall I say it, or do you want to say it, or do we just?
I think you should say it. I think
we're just gonna rip with our own interpretation. All right, so
rip the Band-Aid off.
There you go. So Nadine Heir has this, and I've got that right, even though that just pains me. But I'm gonna get over it. I'm just gonna accept.
I apologize.
Names. Yeah, they are JL Leach, Nadine Heir. We're gonna walk into this and love each other.
Okay, should we go with Warden or Worden or Verden?
That is a good question.
You started it, so
I say Warden, right? Van Warden.
Yeah.
But there's this subtle little in there, but I don't really do that. You
just ignore the E.
It's
not there.
Yeah. It's like prison warden, whatever, it works. Okay, where were we? All right, so Nadine, you have volunteered upon request to be the very first producer of the Hotness Unleasher Show.
Yay!
And I am thrilled. I am just like falling over with gratitude for your willingness to step up and help to make sure this show comes off without a hitch. Because from day one, I have been making this thing on my own. And so we're missing some vital, like,
Yeah,
vital live
backstage.
streaming stuff.
I think, Jeremiah, I'm laughing at the drums, but like, yes, boom, there it is. Yeah, but I think we had been saying, many of us had been saying, Trevor, this is a lot for one person. It's really hard to be the host of a show and also be trying to just like do the admin backstage. I mean, there's a reason.
I know what you've been saying. You've been saying, would you get your shit together and make a better show, please?
That was not my exact words. It wasn't far off.
Right. I know. Okay. Like I have to do, okay. So listen, I have to do the chat overlay on the right-hand side because I cannot for the life of me ever remember to highlight, highlight anybody's comments.
Bring the chat.
Okay. All right. There you go. Like doing these drums. I can't ever remember to do that.
Whereas I love doing that. I love highlighting the people that are actually saying something like, I'm getting laughing at the chat. Yeah,
the chat's perfect, isn't it? I mean, it's so good. That's why we're here. I love that all these folks have showed up today. All right, and so Nadine. All right, so we got a plan. All right, so the main thing that we're gonna do. All right, we have our sponsors. We have 4 sponsors.
Yeah.
Now,
which is incredible that you're launching with like sponsors, and you're like, I have 4. You know, right. Most people are like, I have HelloFresh, and
was very low. Okay, the entry was first come, first serve. As long as you have something to give away,
if you want
a sponsor,
you're in. Yeah.
I don't know.
They're all very varied as well. So I mean, like, don't do yourself down too much. I think they're pretty cool.
Okay. I won't do it down too much. But I love them all. All right, so let's talk about them for a minute. All right, first off, we've got the Golden Graph by Amber Williams. And I mean, she's out here and we're talking to her and she's living in Ohio, and I'm thinking, hey, I've never been to Ohio. Oh no, I went there once when I was in college, but otherwise I've never been there. And I want to know what that's about. And isn't she the best? I mean, get any better than Amber, really, truly?
Honestly, bestie, Amber, if you're not watching this, I'm going to be so angry. She's probably not. She's actually out like living her life on a Sunday while we're here. Like,
yeah. I know.
But I love her. She's amazing. She's just incredible. And also she's really perceptive. So I think like when she said, I'll step up as a sponsor, I was like, cool, because she's actually going to help people with that sponsorship.
I agree. And she was like, no delay. Like as soon as I posted, like I need sponsorship, like bam, like it was like literally 10 seconds.
I know.
Of delay. Yeah. So boom. So Amber, Golden Graph, right? So she's getting that business started. She wants to work for healthcare providers, so like chiropractors and physical therapists, doctors, surgeons, you name it, that kind of thing. She's going to do work for them, and she's next week she might not be for the whole. I have this right? Yeah. So anyway, she might be a little late to the show because she's doing a photo shoot, but man, all right, she's all over the place.
All those talents. Yeah.
All those talents. All right. So then the second sponsor is called Gated. Now, are you familiar with Gated? Do you know who they are? Do you know what they do?
Literally, as far as that they're sponsors, and like then I've gone into their page.
That's it.
I would have never heard of them before that.
Okay. So Gated is a company. They started out and they said, hey, you know what really sucks is when sellers, these seller people, I don't know, because I couldn't relate to this.
Sales people, seller people,
and they're constantly sending these wretched cold emails. Just like who wants to receive that junk, right? And so Gated came up and they said, you know what? Let's put in an autoresponder that says, if you want to get through to this person, Mr. or Miss Seller person, or they, you seller human, go give $2 or $5 or some dollars to one of these 3 or 4 charities.
Oh, I've heard of this company. I didn't know the name of it, but I have heard of it, and I know people that use it. And I was just like, that is such a good idea. Like, I'm waiting to be important enough to need something like that, to be like, you want to talk to me? You need to give money to somebody. All
right. Well, the plot thickens. Okay, the plot has thickened. And so what happened, I think, and I don't know the entire story, but I know that the plot is thick and there's lots of stuff going on.
Okay.
Well, let's just say that didn't explode into nuclear popularity. Okay. So yeah, it was a cool idea, great functionality, cool tech and all that. But it's like, okay, getting that going, it's cool, but they needed more. So they're in a pivot. So they're pivoting to this other thing that I don't fully, totally get, but basically it's saying like, hey, do you want to connect? And if you want to connect, great, let's connect. And these are the things that I want to talk about. Right. These are the things that interest me the most, that I'm competent in, that are really fascinating and cool to me. And so don't just cold connect me. Don't just like blank whatever. Like, here's the stuff. And if you're not into that stuff, let's move on, because who's got time
to move about those things. Okay, so like Jeremiah's just very astutely added, I should be saying, if there's no mention of cats or coffee in the message, is that it? Like, you know, there will be no response from me if you don't mention something I'm interested in. And here are the things I'm interested in: cats, coffee.
Exactly.
Okay, right.
And creative names that go together for your cats. Okay. Exactly.
Also, that would also get me interested. In fairness, I'm probably the worst person to cold pitch because it's just not at all related to work. But okay, so I get it now what they do. And is that the current offering? Is it
so they're currently in the middle of kind of getting that up and running, and so they were the second sponsor. So Melissa Moody and the other dude, gosh, I mostly work with Melissa Moody. So anybody knows her, great. I think it's Andy Mowat. I think that's his name. Let me just check that real quick.
We should check.
Andy Mowat is the other dude, the other player there. So they're running Gated, and they're gotten some new stuff going. Melissa's in Alaska, of all places.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. I don't meet many Alaskans, but in any case, she was introduced to me by Peter Wheeler, and then I don't know. Anyway, lots of this. I love all how this stuff.
The 6 grades of connection, isn't it? The 6 degrees of connection. Yeah.
Endlessly. Okay. So we got Gated. Now the third sponsor is Nick and Guy Galindo. Now I learned that she goes by Nick. Okay. If you're friends, right, we're talking about naming now. Okay, if you're friends, like I could butcher Yasmin, and call him Jay. Hey, Jay. A leech. Got that. All right. So Nick prefers to go by that name. And she is the gifted bipolar writer. And she is, interestingly, not like, she doesn't need to even like look for business outside of LinkedIn. It's just like coming to her left and right. So she's doing a lot of profile banners.
Rightly so, because she's been doing a lot of stuff that essentially for free, giving away that value for so long. She published on Rightwiser. She was like, actually came up with what I would say is like the first really raw story about being a bipolar writer. And I was like, yes, oh my God, like this is definitely an avenue we want to explore. So yeah, good for her. Good for her that she's getting loads of business out of LinkedIn, because the free value has been there. It's about time. And I also didn't know. I'd been calling her Nicole the whole time. So like,
well, I got it straight. I got it straight on the. I
saw on the live.
Yeah, we did a little live, and she was like, "Yeah, you call me Nick, or you're my high school principal or something, you know, like, or I'm in trouble." All right, so no, we love Nick. Nick is part of the family now, and so yeah, Hotness Unleasher Community, season 2, episode 5, number 20. Third round sponsor. And then the fourth sponsor is, of course, Grove Cookie Company. Yeah. All right.
And who doesn't love them? Like we all, like, I don't know, do you need to introduce them?
I don't think I do.
I think you're fine. Like you can tell people just because we like talking. Yeah.
They have like taken over LinkedIn. Aren't they the best?
They've done such a good job, but also lots of people have been shouting them out. So it's not just been them. It's been the, like, I guess, free sort of nano influencers being like, dude, cookies, biscuits.
Yeah, and Grayson was so cool, and I was kind of looking around for my fourth sponsor, and I just pinged him. I was like, Grayson, you guys want to be the fourth? Yes, just done. All right, so he hasn't told me what they're giving away for their sponsor prize. Okay, so everybody's got to give away a little prize. That's how this is going to work.
They haven't told you.
No, he hasn't told me yet, but I assume it's going to be a little cookie tin or something. I mean, like, what else could it be?
If it's not cookies. Maybe they're like, do we need to tell you? I mean, can you like waste of breath?
Indeed. So the as I got these sponsors, it became apparent that there was no possible way that I was going to be able to manage dealing with shouting them out and doing any kind of drawing amongst all the other stuff in an intelligent way. And so we've been loosely kind of talking about, saying, okay, we're going to have these, you have to attend, you have to click the attend button. and then you have to tag them because we don't have any, because the Restream doesn't use a hashtagging system.
This is what people have to do to win, by the way. That's what he's explaining now.
Yes. And so Nadine, what I need you to do is run the Wheel of Wonder, the Wonder Picker thing.
I think that's probably much more fun than your job. I'm going to get like a real one that I can spin here, like on the Wheel of Fortune.
That would be great. All right. So I want to just hand this over to you in this moment and say, all right, like, please just think about like how you want to roll. I've kind of planted the garden, as it were. I want you to just, I don't know, come up with something, how this is gonna all work.
Yeah. And also we have to keep it up to date as well, because we're gonna hopefully be having people tagging and commenting right up until the end. So we need to put all those names in a hat, but like
maybe in a hat. Okay. Maybe a hat would work. I don't know.
Or a metaphorical hat, maybe.
Yeah, or something. Yeah, the wheel of okay. So somehow we got to make this work. Now the question is, I'm envisioning you being on screen for this. You
okay.
Like,
yeah, I can go on. Yeah, I'll have a bath and everything. You know, maybe do my hair.
That's good. The cats can bomb in. I mean,
okay, good. Yeah, because that's gonna happen. So
you could do the whole eyelashes if you really wanted.
I mean, do you want one to fall off mid live? Because that's. I can bring the Nadine eyelash. I don't know if I can reuse those again, but I could give it a go. But the thing is with the cats, they're more entertaining than the eyelashes, but they're usually just around my feet. So you'll just see a lot of like this if they're around, and occasionally like a tail goes past the camera.
Did you see this comment from Amara right now? Oh
what
man,
did she say? Use the goblet of fire.
Isn't that good? See, I love like Amara.
So now I've got Amara. You've got me now. I've got to go and find a goblet, and it's like next week. Can you come up with like a more realistic proposal?
they gotta have goblets and stuff there in Mexico City, right?
I'm sure I could Amazon.
You got all that
something.
Sort of Catholicism stuff going on, right? You got that kind of
yeah. There's lots of witches here. There's actually a witch cafe near me that does like all sorts of brews, which are very exciting, like the flowers that open in the tea and stuff like that. And it's all like purple and black cat themed, which is very cool. So I could go and ask them, like, do you have a goblet you can lend me? I don't know. I could, or that's the thing though, crucial question. Do we want me to be doing it like here in my flat, like with everyone's names? Like I've written down people's names and I've put them in and decided how we're going to draw it. Or do people not trust me to do that? And we should do a digital version.
I don't know.
Because there are apps that do this.
There are apps that do this, but I am starting to think that, okay, because one of the ideas that I had, or let's just say that the idea that I'm bringing to the table is that you would have to have commented and tagged before the show starts.
Right, fair. Okay, that gives me like a few minutes to
quickly scribble the last few. You could write them down, and I can't imagine that we're gonna. I mean, I know we're shooting for 1,000 attendees, and right now we're not there. Okay, so if you haven't clicked it, if you're listening and you haven't clicked the attendee button, please click the attendee button
and invite people. Invite one of your LinkedIn friends, just one. Everyone has a LinkedIn friend.
Yeah, everyone has a LinkedIn friend, right? Like they do.
And if you don't, let us know and we'll be it, but you still need to invite someone else.
Okay, so we're at 312 attendees at this point.
That's pretty good for
it's pretty good. It's pretty good for just a bunch of jokers out here making a show about loving each other. I mean, that's really it. So yeah. So I'm really digging the whole Amara Murphy energy on this.
She's gone full level 21 on this. And Sam, I agree.
Look at Jeremiah's.
Yeah, I agree. Amara needs to be wearing her lashes because I've now got to go and find a goblet or make a 2D goblet. I feel like that's harder. You're like demanding me being good at art to make a goblet myself.
Yeah. There's something about you actually being on screen and taking a name out of the thing and reading it that I think is
people go for it.
It's so not an app, right? It's so not electronic and Chat GPT. You know, it's like actually happened.
It's like actually, and you know what? If there's anyone that has like an app that does this out there and you want to sponsor the next one, maybe let us know. But we're gonna do okay. So that's decided. So I'm actually gonna get, and oh my god, I'm actually gonna get something that looks like a goblet now. If anyone has any suggestions of how I could like DIY that at home, like just so as not to just give Amazon and this massive multinational more of my money because they already like they already supply the cat food and the cat litter. They do not need more of my money. But worst comes to worst. So okay, can I like papier mâché this or something? How am I going to make it go? Amara, like I wish you were here. Amara and I are working together, and I wish I could be like, okay, now Amara, this is what you're getting for your project of the month is to make this.
You have 6 days. You have 6 days to figure it out because it is now Sunday, the 11th. We go live on June 17th. Now it will be 8 o'clock Pacific time in the morning.
And who knows what time it'll be here?
Yeah, we don't know what time it is.
I'm just going to log on at 6 just in case. I did look it up. I think it's at 8 on my calendar currently, but that's because it should technically be at 9 and I put it at 8, like just because I do not trust.
All right.
Don't trust.
Right now, I'm thinking it's 2:26 p.m. on June 11th in Mexico City. Is that correct? Or are you on military time? So it's what, 14:20?
It's 14:20. Yeah, it's 2:27 p.m.
Okay.
Now.
Perfect.
So that means. So what time does that mean? Who's good at this can drop into the chat and say like what time?
It'll be 9 a.m. your
9
time.
a.m. for me. Good, because I already have it at 8 anyways. It wasn't my strong point before Mexico did this. Like I can't blame Mexico for the time things.
Okay. All right. So you and I are gonna have to. Oh, look at Amber. Look who's in the house. Look who is in the house.
She knows. Thank you, Amber.
In the house.
Rescuing me.
Okay. So the other thing I want to talk about is what I want to say. Okay. So talked about our sponsors. There might be some other jobs. So you and I are going to have to coordinate. I'm going to have to get you, like admin access and figure that out. I don't know how to do that because I never have.
Oh, that is easy. That is the easy part. Okay. Yeah, no, definitely that's well within your technical abilities. But what we have to decide is like, are we going to do like the sliding comments? Are we going to bring comments up when they're like amazing and somebody makes something? Or we're going to do, I suppose you can't do the sliding comments though, because when there's loads and loads of people on the screen, you've never been able to do that.
I don't know anything about doing sliding comments. I've never been.
Oh, like you have it now. The way you have it now, I'm calling that. It's not what it's called, but I'm calling them sliding comments.
Oh, on the right hand side, you mean? So the problem with doing the comments like this, and I think Lauren Sermon mentioned that StreamYard is weak when it comes to these kinds of comments, like doing it this way. But the challenge is that on mobile, these comments in the right hand side are useless.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So so there's that. And it may also I may need to depend on you to bye Sam, thank you for joining us. I need to help you could help me like transition the slides too, so from as we move from Unleasher to Unleasher, because I have noticed like in the last show I noticed there was a little gap between when we do the drum roll and then I would transition to their announcement. There was just a little bit of like a little dead spot.
Maybe we should practice. Do you think we should practice that like in front of people? Oh, we should answer this question from LinkedIn user that says, should we hit an attend button other than just logging in? Is that like on the day?
Where's that? Sorry, I missed it.
It's gone now.
Oh,
it was 2 minutes ago and it's gone off the screen. It says, should we hit an attend button other than just logging in? Yes, you should hit the attend button on the LinkedIn page, on the event page. And then on the day, when you go back to that page, it should appear at the top, like join live. And that's what you'll hit.
Yes. You want like, I am a personal, I am the world's strongest advocate. I'm going to take that point of view. There's nobody saying more, just with more conviction that you should attend every single thing that comes your way, because saying yes to attending does not hurt you. It doesn't obligate you to show up. It doesn't automatically put you on the screen. It doesn't do anything other than just tell that creator that you saw their invitation and you didn't just literally light on fire.
Yeah,
right.
Just
like give them some love back. It is nothing. It is but it helps that creator, helps me, right? It helps the Hotness Unleasher community, right? It helps us to kind of continue to move forward and prove out like why do we even care about doing lives, right? Why does that even matter? Because it's about accessibility, and it's about, you know, pushing the boundaries of what can we do here, and it's about authenticity, and it's about being present for each other in a moment in time, right?
Yeah.
That is
Philosophically, getting a little philosophical here, but yeah, that is actually what it is. And yeah, just hit the, you know, attend. All it does is help us as creators. It doesn't do you any damage. But of course, then we would love you to show up and, you know, and get something from it. And people get a lot from these Hotness Unleasher shows every time Trevor does them, because we all connect with loads of people, we all meet loads of people. It's inevitable that you see people that have similar interests to you. And I don't know, if you're not here to network and meet people that like you could potentially get on with, what are you doing on LinkedIn?
Yeah, exactly. Right. What are you doing here if you're not here to just
Get off.
hang out and make friends, right? Right. I mean, heck, that's what it's all about. Well said, Nadine. I think we can just we'll just own that right there. And I do have to say, like, I cannot take, I mean, yes. All right. So I have to say, like, the Hotness Unleasher show evolved out of so much collaboration from day one. And okay, yeah, I'm hosting this thing and I make sure that it happens every month. All right, that's my role. And I'm privileged to be able to do that. But at the same time, this thing was like driven by an entire community of people. And I am in love with everybody, truly. I just am. And I think that what they and you and we as a community have created is it's just about having a little bit of fun for a minute, you know, and celebrating each other.
Yeah, you know? That is exactly why we're here. I don't know. Well, that's why I'm here anyway. So not to tell anyone to go away if they don't agree with that. But honestly, people get so much out of this. Constance, I am going to say that I do. Yeah, I think the ability to highlight comments and not just show trolls. Like, there's not been any, I agree, but I don't think there's been any trolls on any of the Hotness Unleasher shows episodes, have there?
There was one that came in via YouTube that kind of distracted me for a minute. He accused us of being cringy.
Oh, well, I know. It wasn't harsh. We're cringy though. Like
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. He was on YouTube. I went and I looked him up, and he's not a creator. So whatever. I mean, but still, it's like, okay, yeah, but all right. So what? Let's just be cringy.
Okay, you are very welcome to go and watch many of the very practiced YouTube creators who are not cringy.
Yeah,
and have much better setups than this, like cool ones like Trevor does.
Yeah, that's right. We're just gonna be cool here. All right. So what else is on our minds today? I don't know. I lost track. We needed to announce you as being the producer. We're gonna fill that function out. We need more attendees. Mexico City is an hour ahead of Pacific time, even though it's Central time.
That. I'm thinking about like the sponsors, like how are we going to make sure that we've sort of giving them the spotlight that they deserve? Are they passing you a script, like not a script, but like a, you know, an intro that you can say about them, things that they want you to say about them, how to describe their company? Because guys, and this is frustrating. You can go on companies' websites and sometimes they don't have the way they want to be described at the top of the website or on their LinkedIn page. That's wrong, fix that. But just in case you don't, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking, I'm sure this isn't an issue for Amber because she's, you know, the Golden Graph is new and fresh and she's a writer, but let's say gated. I don't know how good their copywriting team is and how on top of things like that. So do you should we be asking them, how do you want us to talk about you? Like,
there
what
you
should
go.
we be saying?
Okay, perfect idea, because I hadn't thought about that. I was just
I'll put that on my list of things to
we're
just gonna make it up.
Make it up. All right.
Sponsors are special about this kind of thing. I know you're being like, you know, very generous with these new sponsors, but like if we have that process in place, then the next sponsors that come in, they're going to want to give you even more because they'll be like, yes, Trevor actually wants to describe us the way that we like to be described.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Well said. Perfect. Okay. Now I'll go and reach out to them and I'll circle that up and make sure that it's good. So now I do want to do some lives this week. I've got some scheduled already. They'll be similar to this one that we're doing right now, Nadine, with the guests who can come. So Abimbola and I yesterday, we didn't go live because I really wanted to get a feel for whether her connection was going to be good because Nigeria can be a little bit iffy. and because we had some trouble with Chanello back, I think it was the second episode of the second season. So
yeah,
it's had some issues there, but we tested yesterday and she was great, right?
okay.
Didn't record it. It was just a private little chat. But Dr. CJ and I, Dr. Leland, we missed, we had a chance to meet Friday. It didn't work out. So we're going to reschedule that. But the rest of the smoking hot guests, and that is a new term, by the way. I came up with that. I literally made it up on the spot. Smoking hot guests.
I feel like you said that, and I was like, yeah, that's just, yeah. I think, I just watched it and I was like, that sounds like perfectly normal. Like he's been saying it the whole time. Nope, and you're like, I just made it up. It's new.
Literally made it up. Made it up brand new. All right. So we're going to do, so smoking hot guests is a new term. We're going to start using that. All right. So CJ, you and I need to coordinate a time because I'm out of time as we speak, and like rapidly winding down. I've got to go do other things because it is Sunday after all.
We're supposed to be doing other things apart from being on here.
Right. That's why I recorded my walk in the woods. I did that. That was fabulous. So anybody saw that kind of content?
I went out and did my TikToks this morning, like walking around in like goodness knows how many degrees, like sweating. But like I was like, I put the makeup on, do the video now before it's ruined.
Right. Perfect.
That's my Sunday bit of work done. Next bit of Sunday is
so we're gonna wind this down. All right. So CJ, you and I need to meet next week. We'll go live. It'll be spontaneous. We'll take whoever shows up, and I'm gonna meet with Carrie and I don't think I have Damian Kinsey booked yet. Yes, I got to get him. I got to track him down. So off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. Oh, Mike Ashebrowner. He hasn't. We're not scheduled yet. So
you're not free. Okay.
I gotta track that guy down. And I know he's tough. He said, "Hey, let's have a meetup one of these days." So he sends me his calendar.
He's popular. Yeah, he's done the same to me.
It was like 6 months out. I'm like, brother.
I was like,
what?
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing like a week from now. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing in 20 minutes. All right. Yes. Okay. So he's a busy guy. So we'll let him off the hook for a minute. But Tanya Bugby and I are going to meet. Jesse Van Brugel. He dropped out, so I'm not gonna be talking with him. Carrie Gard. Definitely talking with her. Oh, and she's appearing on Peter Wheeler's new show called Pitch Slap, which started out as like. But anyway, he's redone that. I was with him on his podcast yesterday. So I'm not sure
good that they took that term back.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So any final announcements? Anything on your mind, Nadine? Other than
no.
I love our new Amara Murphy influenced, Goblet of Fire, because that's I mean. Amara, you're the best.
No, it's going to make sense. Well, I don't know. It's going to make sense for anyone that was here. I actually love the fact that the people that are there on the day, they're going to be like, what is going on? We're like, well, you missed the pre-lives. Like you missed all of these things that we were doing beforehand. That's on you. You weren't on LinkedIn every hour of the day. No, I'm just super excited. I'm really happy to be involved. And I'm really glad that you're finding ways to involve other people in this, because it is a big job that you've taken on. You're not getting paid for this. You're doing it just out of the goodness of your heart, and I presume because you enjoy it. But yeah, I'm just really excited, and please guys, please be like, patient, because there will be F-ups on Saturday.
there will be glitches.
Names dropped, the goblet's gonna fall, a cat's gonna throw my camera out.
We'll drop. Yeah, it's just gonna be a riotous fun. Okay. All right, Nadine. So I'm gonna go. You're gonna go. Say hi to your cats. I'll say hi to my
say hello to your
zoo.
Fluffs. Your zoo.
Yeah. Two cats, 2 dogs, snake.
Yeah. Oh, and congrats again for your son. I don't know. Like, I'm just so happy for you. But yeah. Go and celebrate with him if he's still about.
Yeah. Well, no, they went out last night. He's 23.
So he's not even awake yet.
I don't even know where he is. His 21-year-old brother is home, safe and sound. And I know that they were out together last night. So no,
Meanwhile, he's tied to a lamppost and like.
Meanwhile, I don't know. He is somewhere. Yes. Yes, he's an adult. I have to let him go. But thank you for those kind wishes. It was a thrill yesterday. For anybody who's still with us, my son graduated with a master's in teaching, and was in the ceremony yesterday. It was thrilled. It was great. It was really fun. So for all of you who are not as old as me and don't have children who are graduating with masters in teaching, when they do, you'll love it and you'll talk about it because you can't help it. So with that, happy Sunday, everybody. Goodbye. You're the best. Can't wait to see you in 6 short days. Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you.